I was 6, our father passed away, and we didn't know how it happened.
They lost their father to suicide. I wanted to spare them from the actual way in which it happened, so they didn't know that it was suicide until 3 or 4 years ago.
About a year ago, my brother was looking for something, and he found my dad's death certificate.
It was really eye-opening to read a death report about my own father.
He committed suicide by lighting himself on fire, and it shook me up a little bit, but it definitely shook Aiden up.
Up until you read that, you thought he died of a heart attack or something?
I think I did know it was suicide, I just didn't know the means.
She had told us that it was suicide when I was 14 and Aiden was probably 11.
I'm sorry that you found out the way you did and then the graphic detail that you did. What did you think when you read that?
I didn't believe it. It was like, what the, like, this is crazy.
Because it was graphic. It said he ingested gas, he drank it, poured it all over himself, and then lit himself on fire. That's what you read, and that's a terrible thing to read about your father. And I'm sorry that you had to see that, and I'm sorry that that happened.
He chose a very disturbing way, and it probably took a while for him to, like, yeah, whatever, but yeah, it didn't really register with me at the time. It was a shock.
And he did this on Christmas Eve.
Every year we'd go down to South Florida to see my family. He couldn't go because he had no more time off of work. So we left him probably a few days before Christmas, said our goodbyes, because we were still trying to make things work, because I wanted to keep my family together. And we just left to go down to South Florida. And I remember it was actually the 23rd of December I got the call. It was my mom's birthday. Everybody was there having fun, and I'm getting this phone call, and I'm not processing it. And I'm like, okay, I have to hold it together.
It kind of messed with my head a lot because it's like, he must have like hated himself a lot. And in my head, it's like, why wasn't I good enough for him for him to say, like, why weren't we enough for him? And it's just terrible. And I was sad for a little bit, but now I don't even like thinking of him or looking at pictures because I just get so angry because it's just so selfish to me. And I know he was in pain, but it's like, I just feel like, why weren't we enough?
What do you think?
Honestly, I would say I'm kind of right there with her. I wouldn't change anything though. I feel like everything I've gone through for a reason, and it shapes the person I am. You know, that sucks though, like my father died. But yeah, I don't know. Mostly right there with my sister.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.